I have in my hand right here the TaylorMade R300 series driver. Now this driver is 22 years old. Come on, let me know straight away down in the comments, does anybody remember this driver? Now I can't wait to see what club head speed I get, what ball speed I get, what total distance this goes, because this is illegal. This thing is not legal. It is illegal, right? Okay, let's have a look at it. Look at the head cover as well. You know what, whoever's had this, who I bought it from, has pretty much looked after this pretty well. There's a few sky marks. Okay, so you can see here, the TaylorMade R300 Ti 9.5 degree driver. Now, I want to show you this, right? Because if you compare this to this year's model in TaylorMade, look at the size and the depth of that face. It's blooming tiny. Now, they had 3 different versions in this. We had the 300cc, the 320cc, and they had the 360cc. This is the one that hits slap bang in the middle as the 320cc. Now, have a look at this down at the ball, right? You can see this if I just place a ball down in front of me, that this thing is small. As you're looking down on it, you can see the TaylorMade logo very faintly, and sort of 2 lines, I guess, were meant for aerodynamics. Right, I'm gonna start by hitting some away, and then I'm going to tell you why this thing is actually illegal now. Oh, forgot to mention this. Look how long that shaft feels. And also an interesting point, it's got 90 grams stiff light. Now I actually find that quite interesting because I think 90 grams is actually mediumly heavy for what we count now. Like if you think the way golf's gone, get a lighter shaft so we can all swing it quicker. This is long and what feels to me quite stiff and quite heavy. Let's see if we can get some crazy numbers with this. I don't even know with what tee to go with here. Like that there is going to sit the ball really high. Might have to hover it. We're going to go pink tee peg. It might change this as we go through. So I might use different tee pegs. Okay, here we go. First one away. I'm going to hover it. It literally looks tiny. It is so small. Okay, here we go. Let's hit this one away. Oh, that is a serious point. We need to set a fairway as we always do. So we'll go black box, 150 marker. You know the script. We've got to have a fairway because we need a bit of consequence to what we're testing. Here we go. I'm nervous. I'm not even at the edge. I mean, I don't know how far that's gone, but it's hit the center of the fairway. It just sort of went ballooned up. Now, interestingly, that sounded quite high-pitched, quite tinny. Okay, now we're talking. That went a carry of 260 yards and a spin of 3,800. A club head speed of 108 and a ball speed of 157 and a total of 266. I knew that would have almost gone like that. Woof, and come back. Like, have a look at that shot again. It climbed, climbed, climbed. It almost came down with snow on. I think I'm gonna go a smaller tee peg on this second shot. Let's hit another one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the difference in these tee pegs I'm gonna use. So let me just tee both of them up. I'm gonna tee the next one up on that size. It's a little broken one. And then that one there. That's the difference. So look at that, I had to hover it. And oh, hopefully we can keep it on there. So come on, stay on there. And now I'm gonna use this. And yes, we are using range balls because we are down here at the beaches. But look, that's gonna be better, hasn't it? That's gotta be way better. Okay, here we go. Ball number 2. It felt clunky, it felt heavy, that shaft. Didn't feel like it was giving me anything back. The sound's bizarre. That's the flight. That's the flight, baby. See how much flatter that was? That really was so much better. I'm thinking big numbers in here. I'm thinking big numbers. Okay, so we've got now total of 278, much better. That's what we want to see. Club head speed of 110 and a ball speed just short of 160 and spin 3.2. Now it is spinning way more than I would want it to. I like my spin around 2,500 and that's optimum for me. Now, I mentioned that this driver was illegal. Now it's illegal because of this face. Now actually, this entire range from TaylorMade was illegal. These were the first TaylorMade drivers to meet or exceed the USGA's COR limit. And that's basically the limit of the speed of the face. Now, the current limit is 0.83, and this basically means, in layman's terms, a club cannot transfer more than 83% of its energy to the golf ball. Now, the 2001 R300 series featured 3 separate drivers, as I say, 300 Ti, the 320 Ti, and the 360 Ti, and the first TaylorMade drivers to meet or exceed the limit. Each of these 3 models were designed with a unique head shape, size, weight distribution, and lie angle, and shaft length to optimize it for a particular player. And if you think, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, but I'm pretty sure TaylorMade have said this recently. With their Stealth, I think they said they took it beyond the limit and reined it back in. Well, this one's certainly beyond the limit. And I guess that's why we've seen some pretty good numbers for the first 2 shots. We've got to go small T-peg again. And I wonder, like, if we can get it going any further than that last one. Now, also remember that this channel is powered by you. Well, a lot of comments were here were like, Alex, you've got to try one of the old TaylorMade drivers. So I went 22 years into the past and got this one. But please, as long as you've subscribed and turned on the bell, you can pop down below in the comments anything you want me to test. And on that note, is there anything old that you want me to test? Any club that you used to have in your heyday and you're like, oh, I'd love to see how Alex hits that, pop it down below in the comments. I'm excited to try that. Right, here we go. Let's go for our 3rd ball away of this test. Oh, that's a raking roar. I could not get bored of that flight. The sound's a lot quieter than the first few as well. Maybe I towed that a little. 282 yards. That's nearly 20 yards different to the first one that I hit. 20 yards. Now, I find this when I go through a test, like, as I get more used to the club and get a bit more comfortable, I mean, I've got to get used to the shaft at the end of the day, I tend to start hitting it further. So 282 yards, I wonder if we can get on over 300. And that's a bold statement because this thing's old. I often wonder, maybe it's a bit like a car, the engine's not as good and the face is not as good as it was when it first came out. I don't know, maybe you can help me on that one. But let's hit our 4th ball away. By the way, that draw was mega. I don't hit shots like that. Oh, that was off the heel. That's gone high and right. I need to see how far that one's gone. I was thinking that was going to happen at some point. Let's have a look at that one. 259, it seriously dropped off that one. And then this spin's going to be so high. This spin's going to be so high. 4,444,000 spin. I knew that. And I think that's where what we see now in the modern drivers, I don't necessarily, I'll be honest, think they go longer. Just hits like that aren't punished as much. Like if you look, right, that went way off. Right, let's hit 2 more, and we'll see what the average total is, because I think this driver performs, you know? This begs the question, why is this illegal? Like, if it's illegal, right, hear me out. Surely this should be going like over 300 yards or 310, easy. It's not. Yes, it's going longer than I thought for an old club and one that's not custom fitted to me, but it's not going any further than a modern day driver. So why is this illegal? Just to put that out there, right? Just putting that out there. I'm just thinking. Let me know down below in the comments. I think it's a really valid point, isn't it? Like, if this is illegal, as I just said, I'll be expecting some huge yardages. Right, finally, I'll hit the final 2 now. Then we'll go through the averages. That was so good. I know I'm off balance. That ball flight. Come on, that's going to be the longest. 100%. Oh. It's not. It's really not. Okay, maybe 2,100 spin. The spin's dropped off loads there. 258 carry, 105 club speed, 155 ball speed. Drum roll, please. What was the total here? It was the longest, I was right. Total 290. I thought it was that. Like, did you see that flat flight there? I've got to show you. I just feel like I've got to show you just because it doesn't sound believable. 292 yards. That thing went like an absolute rocket. Right, I've really built myself up to this. I'm going to give this a lot more on the final one. I want to see what we can really push the boundaries on here. That flight, I would take on any damn driver. Any damn driver. I'm gonna give this one absolutely plenty. I wish I'd really, on that first one, used that short T-peg. The averages would have been so much better. Okay, right, here we go, final one. As I say, I'm giving this the full beans. I'm gonna give it a step up. I'm gonna give it a walk. Let's get this lined up. Here we go. Big hit here, Alex, big hit. And you know what? I've hit that as hard as I can and I've hit the middle. This is going to be seriously interesting. Let's have a look. The last one is in 286 yards, which I want to say I'm a little bit astounded at, just purely because, I mean, look at the size of the head. It's only going to go a long way, as we saw through the test, if you get it right out of that middle. Like, again, I want to say, compare this to what brand new ones look like. The size of the head as you look down at the dress, the depth of the face, totally different profiles. Now, I want to say one thing. The shaft did feel quite heavy, it did feel quite long, and the sound and feel of the face, it felt quite soft. So I sort of guessed, like, everybody used to call these like the trampoline faces, almost like absorb the ball and went bang, throw it out. And it did feel soft like that. Now, averages, let's talk averages, because we saw the club head speed fluctuate a little bit, but we're only bothered really. Did it hit the fairway? One missed it, and how far did it go? Well, on average, over the 6 drives, it was 276 yards, which I'm gonna say right now, that is not shabby at all. But still, I asked you this question halfway through the video. Why is it illegal? Because it ain't going that much further. It ain't going any further at all. It's not even going longer than what I use currently. Interesting thought. I'll leave that one with you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to How Good Golf.